Hello guys and welcome back to Crypto Chester. I am your host Chester, of course, and today we are going to be going through Bitcoin here and breaking it down from a micro perspective, a macro perspective. Then we're going into a bit of altcoin assessment, and that's where we break down some of our patron trades that we've been taking together as a community. And then also we are going to be breaking down some altcoin requests. So if you've got any altcoin requests, please slap as many as you want in the chat, and yeah, I'll pick a couple coins. We'll break them down. Maybe record some videos on them as well to get the word out to more people. And then it's the highly anticipated Shitcoin Showdown. This is where we go to a deck screener and we basically just go through some shitcoins, some meme coins, right, and look for potential plays today to see if there's any 5-10x's we can be looking out for there. We've done pretty good over the last couple of weeks here. We called Billy at like 2 mil. We called Landlord, I think maybe 1 mil. That went up to like, I think maybe 10. What else did we get involved with here? Jason did pretty well. Jason went from, we called Jason at 2 mil. That went all the way up to 30 mil. And I can't really remember the most recent call. I think the most recent call was Landlord, because there hasn't really been anything that's been nice. But we will get into the Shitcoin Showdown part of the show very shortly. So many S's in that sentence, right? Yeah, once we're done with Shitcoin Showdown, then we go to a trading tip of the day. And that's essentially where I give you guys a trading tip to take away with you. We are streaming Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon UTC +7. Put it in your calendar, notification bell on. You're never going to miss when we are live here to break down these markets and make copious amounts of cash together as a community. Okay, if you do want to join the community, guys, you can over on Telegram. It's called the CC Gang, but the link is in the description. For like 250 members, been there for around 3 years. Nice family in there as well if you are looking for that nice tightly knitted community. Now, I think that's pretty much it for the intro. I will just like to ask you guys something before we get into this, and I know it's a big request. Could you please go over to the Facebook and like the Facebook page? We're trying to get enough likes here so we can stream over on Facebook and expand the audience. So if you could go do that, that would be absolutely amazing. It would mean the world to me. You can just go to the chat. I put the link in the chat. Just go over there, drop a little like. It takes less than a minute. I would really, really appreciate that if you could do that. But anyway, let's get straight deep down and dirty into Bitcoin to start us off today. I think just quickly, I think I've actually forgotten to plug my Ethernet cable in, okay? And that might be lagging up the stream quite a bit. So if you just bear with me like less than 20 seconds, I'll be back. I've just got to plug it in just so the stream is going to run optimal connection, right? So yeah, just bear with me one sec. And it's quite a long way to the hub, right? So it's quite a long cable, so just bear with me. And there we go. We are back. God. Running around. Out of breath now. Yeah, so apologies for that, guys. Let's get straight into a Bitcoin breakdown. Don't want to bore you guys here, so let's get deep down and dirty into this. Okay, so German government moves another 1.15 thousand BTC to Coinbase, Kraken, and Bitstamp. That is not good. That is super bearish. What does that mean for Bitcoin? Basically, it's created a bit more FUD into the market, and that is why we are seeing, obviously, the Bitcoin chart coming down after testing quite aggressively, actually. We watched this pump yesterday, being quite aggressive to the upside. Near enough hit 60K, didn't quite get there. We got a lovely 1% we were looking for, which was over in the Patreon for the free members, if you guys want to go check that out. And yeah, and this is why we are seeing basically the wrong one. This is why we are seeing basically a bit of a FUD in the market right now for Bitcoin, because everyone thought that Germany was done. Okay, they thought that Germany had enough and was not selling anymore, but this is very recent news, and basically it's caused another amount of FUD in the market, and yeah, the markets have seen a bit of a tumble from 59,000 all the way down to currently around 56.9. The big question that we're all asking ourselves here is, will we see continuation to the downside here? That is the question, okay? So we actually haven't tapped this level of support yet on the real micro. So this is something that we can be looking out for today, guys, for a potential trade here. And the support that I'm looking out for here is around 56.5, okay? So 56.5 is the area where we could see some super bullish momentum. Basically, if we look at momentum from this trend line, just being super simple, super basic TA here, we can actually see that on average, it's around 5-6% from this level of support. Even after significant pullbacks here, you still see that momentum coming through, all right? So what does it tell us? It tells us if we are momentum trading here, that there could potentially be a 5% move. No, it's not going to be a 5% move, guys. It's super ambitious. But what it is telling us, usually we like to aim for around half of this if we are looking at momentum here. And you can see right here that it will be in a rising wedge chart pattern here. Rising wedges, guys, this they tend to usually break to the downside. So this leaves a bit of an open book for Bitcoin today, right? Because obviously we've got Mt. Gox, we've got the German scenario, we've got the Germany scenario where they're selling Bitcoin. We've got a bearish chart pattern here. We're in a micro downtrend overall. So it is looking just genuinely bearish. So if we do lose this sort of level here, and I'm talking lows here around 56.5, 56.2, this sort of area is the pocket that we are going to be looking out for today. There's definitely going to be a trade, guys. There's going to be either a nice big move to the upside or a move to the downside, okay? The downside is going to be more profitable, just naturally, with following the direction of the trend here, and measure moves and chart patterns and stuff like that. It will probably look something ridiculous like this. And I think with the amount of bearishness we have seen in the market right now, people will be quite... I was going to say reluctant, but that's the wrong word. Unreluctant, if you will, to sell their Bitcoin. They'll be confident in selling their Bitcoin right now because we have just seen lows after lows after lows after lows. It's just been a bit of a bloodbath here for Bitcoin for a very long time. So the fact that we did see 59.6 there, and then dumping all the way down to around 56.5 yet again, it's really quite bad for us to see that, right? So in terms of the trade and what we could potentially be going for here, guys, it's going to be something along the lines of this, okay? So we clearly do have potentially, as I said, we do have that 5% move to the upside for a momentum trade here. Don't think we're going to get 5%. 2.5% is on the cards. So we could be doing a staggered TP system for the 2.5% trade. Okay, that's quite likely for that to basically come into fruition and that happen for us. That'd be a super easy move. I am favoring more of a 1% right now. And what I mean by that, guys, is if we look at just general macro support here for Bitcoin, let's just get rid of some of this noise on the chart. Yeah, we'll get rid of the bull market barrier as well. Why not? And you can see the sort of the macro market structure that we were looking to respect is actually 56.6, 56.5. This area here is a very prominent low for Bitcoin that we did see a lot of momentum to the upside from. Okay, and now the fact that we reclaim that and we're coming down to test that right now, this is sort of a very pinnacle point here, especially on the micro here, because after seeing these wicks, guys, when you see a scenario like this, like this, after testing the upside, you're seeing wicks, you're seeing resistance, continuous resistance, and then heavy resistance, basically tweezers on the top side here, not gray. That is usually bearish, guys. So what we can basically be looking for here is if we lose 56.5, which we know super strong level here, if we lose that, then there is going to be a pretty clean move to the downside. Okay, if we're looking at super micro trend lines here, then you can see that something better on the micro? Don't think so. Yeah, the trend line that I am talking about here on the macro is probably just something like this, guys. Super easy, super easy to predict and trade here, and that could just be super simple, say super more, bro. 1% move to the downside there, really favorable, super easy trade in my opinion. I do think that it's definitely on the cards for us today if we do see that. Not going to be blindly going for this whole measure move here. I don't think that's very feasible. And after seeing quite a nice bit of bullish momentum after seeing this low around 53.4, I wouldn't expect Bitcoin to just dump off a cliff here, right? I don't think it will. We've had quite a bullish week overall, so I do think trap is in order, a Friday trap zone scenario, okay? And what I mean by that, guys, is we've obviously got that trend line. We're going to copy, Control-C, Control-V that bad boy, and then you can see we've got this lovely little cheeky pocket here, okay? This little pocket here, we're going to be looking for a lovely little move, okay? We will probably be using micro time frames here for entries here. You can see roughly around a 1% move there for Bitcoin to the downside. Either to the upside or the downside here. There's basically we can trade this either way, right? Wherever we bounce, maybe there's 2 trades in here as well, guys. So yeah, just keep your eyes peeled today. This is sort of the scalping scenario here for Bitcoin that we're going to get involved with. Looks super easy in my opinion. 1% either way. I mean, you can't really go wrong there, okay? Now, let's talk quantum insight. Let's talk micro time frames. Just going to have a little sip of the old water before we carry it on. And then we're going to go on to quantum insight and then the macro side of things for Bitcoin. Oh, that's good. That is good. Mineral water. A bottle of water. Yeah, very good. Now, wherever you're watching in the world, please, 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 just drop a little like on the stream. All right, it does help us out tremendously. And also, if you want to say hello, say hello. I can see all the chats wherever you're watching as well, whatever platform as well. I see Dave P in the chat with halos and diamonds. That's what we're all about, man. Yeah, let's carry on with Bitcoin here. So you can see on the quantum insight, we've got the momentum line here for Bitcoin on the hourly is getting to a bit of a low point. Okay, getting to a bit of a low point, and this is an inclination. It's giving us a sign here that if we do see any more bearish momentum here for Bitcoin, we're going to be coming right down to our pinnacle point. Okay, where there is, like I just said, that bounce point for that 1%. Super easy, man. This is going to be a really easy trade if all the things line up here. You can see we're actually breaking key momentum support levels on the short-term time frame here for Bitcoin, which is actually a bearish sign, okay? But usually when we do see lows somewhat like this, we'll likely see quite a nice spike in the price, okay? As you can see here, we saw a nice low in momentum coming through around this area, reclaim the 7 SMA, and then we bang it to the goddamn moon. Okay, really super easy trade there. So yeah, that's sort of the same scenario that is looking like it could play out here for Bitcoin. You can see stochastic is on the way up as well. Again, bullish. I mean, the money flow, these little tiny circles here in the middle. We want smooth money flow, guys, to give us sort of a signal here. And just looking at the chart for you vertical guys, sorry, apologies for that. You can see smooth money flow there. We're actually looking for the transition from the smooth money flow into the other direction, okay, the opposite direction here. And what we are seeing in terms of the live money flow right now, it's choppy. It's a boat sailing through a storm in the ocean, choppy waters. It's we can't really get a signal from it, okay? So not great in terms of the money flow from the quantum insight right now, but you can see when we have smooth money flow, the transition is usually quite nice. And this is the period where we can actually get a really clean move to the upside or the downside, all right? So, yeah, right now, money flow, not looking too sexy for us, unfortunately. But yeah, that's going to be it pretty much for the scalp there for Bitcoin. Overall, looking pretty juicy. We could bring up the volume weighted ATR bands. I haven't done that just yet. What do you know? You can't write it, right? 15-minute and 5-minute sat in a nearly progressionary stance here on 56.5. So that's just another, let me just get rid of this green box quickly. That's just another sign that we're going to bounce here. Another sign we're going to bounce. So yeah, this is looking really clean for a lovely move to the upside here, guys. The more indicators we look at, the more favorable this move could be. Now, the one thing that does concern me ever so slightly would be this dirty, disgusting, filthy orange line coming down. That is the 7 SMA, guys. Usually, you can see when we're in sort of a micro downtrend here, or again, a micro uptrend, we usually follow this quite nicely for a little while, okay? Especially after a massive move. There is a strategy that me and Hamilton of Crypto, we trade here, and it's essentially after a massive bit of momentum here for Bitcoin, we actually trade off the 7 SMA for that clean 1%. Like you can see here, massive move to the downside, rebound off the 7 SMA, Lovely cheeky 1% there to be taken, okay? Usually this works as a 1-to-1, and it's got quite a high success rate. Again, massive move to the downside, guys. Bouncing off that 7 SMA, clean 1% to the downside again. And I guess vice versa here. You can see nice big bounce, reclaiming the 7 SMA, the retest, banging it up, continuation here, another 1% there on the cards. So that tells us right now that we have been testing the 7 SMA for a considerably long time, okay? So depending on how reactive this is with us on the way down, it could line up pretty perfectly that we reclaim the 7 SMA with the momentum of the volume weighted ATR bands, with the momentum of this lovely trend line here, which momentum percentages is around 5%. So it's looking pretty good for a lovely move, okay? At least a 1% to the upside. But what I am saying here, guys, with the 7 SMA, super important, is it could actually hold us back quite aggressively. So we need to be vigilant for that with our 1%. Maybe we go for 0.5% instead, and maybe stagger some TPs, maybe trailing stop losses. You know the score. But clean 1% is going to be on the cards here if we can actually get above the 7 SMA whilst retesting the 15-minute and the 5-minute volume weighted ATR band. It's looking pretty goddamn juicy in my opinion, okay? That is going to be a lovely move. And that will be out available on the Patreon, guys. If you want to go check that out, we are doing pretty much daily trades here on the Patreon here. So we had a GAL trade yesterday, we had an AR trade, we have a Solana trade. This is locked for paid members, but we also have a daily free Bitcoin trade for non-paid members. So if you want to go subscribe for free as a non-paid member, you'll get 1 Bitcoin trade per day, as you can see there. And we're doing this 5 days a week, all right? So yeah, if you want to go check that out, you can. Links are all in the description. But without further ado, let's get straight onto the macro here for Bitcoin. I do have a meeting at 1, so I need to get this going, all right? Okay, so the macro here for Bitcoin today. Let's jump to the daily here, because again, we were just looking at this as a pinnacle resistance point, so it does make sense to have continuation to the downside here with a lot of bearish momentum coming through from news and stuff like that. But if we do jump over to the stock and flow model here, guys, this is super important here, and you can see that for you newer traders out there, this is basically referencing the halving for Bitcoin. So after every halving, there's usually like a cool off period where it's everyone's selling the news, or it's bearish momentum, or it's sideways momentum. It's like this market right now is completely expected. It's absolutely fine for us to be doing this right now, and we can just look at this sort of a color scheme to see when we are going to see a nice big move. Okay, so you've got the halving here. This is the line of the halving. On the 19th of April, then you've got the 2020 halving, May the 10th, then you've got another halving, July the 9th, 2016, and you can see the color scheme. Oh god, I clicked it. Why did you click, bro? Yeah, the color scheme, this is going to be even more colluded now. That sucks. Maybe I'll refresh quickly. So annoying with CoinGlass, it does that. It just throws that chart there. But yeah, so what we're talking about here, come on, is you can see the yellow. No, sorry, the red is actually just before we see a nice bit of upwards momentum, essentially, on pretty much every single wave to the upside here. This is usually what happens before we start the initial wave. So it's actually super bullish to see that right now on the chart. And it does imply that there is potentially some bullish momentum there on the cards. Maybe we see a little bit more sideways momentum before we go up here. But overall, not looking too bad, as long as we don't see that dirty, disgusting black swan event coming through. Now, I haven't really been following all of the stuff with NATO and Ukraine and all that stuff, but it's looking like it's getting pretty heated, which isn't great. Okay, it's not really not good for financial markets just in general. We will see probably a black swan if someone does declare a serious war here, and by the looks of it, it's not looking great, okay? As I said, I haven't really looked into it that much, but I've seen a few articles and stuff like that, and it's just like, why do you want to go to war? Just stop it. Like, it's just long. So, yeah, so I think that if that is going to happen, then it's obviously going to be a pretty brutal time here for Bitcoin, and we will see pretty much black swan scenarios coming through. That will throw the price right the way back down. And I was kind of thinking about this from sort of a manipulation standpoint, a market manipulation standpoint, it does sort of make sense now that they've got like a lot of US ETFs, and obviously it's all the elites, all the power above. It kind of makes sense for them to throw the price right the way down here and then buy up the floor. That makes sense, right? Like if they plan on trading this for such a long time, then they're going to manipulate the markets and buy the floor essentially. So I'm just going to buy all-time highs. It's just dumb, right? If they've got the powers to make stuff happen and cause major black swan events and FUD in the market, then they're going to be doing that. Okay, it's notorious. We've seen it many times here. Not going to go into details, but that basically says, like, if that is going to happen and there is going to be war and we are going to see black swan events, then we need to be looking at lower prices, guys. The prices that I'm referring to here are $38,000 a coin, are $24,000 a coin. Do I think we're going to get there? Unless it's a crazy black swan event, then yeah, we will. But if it's not, then I probably would just expect short-term downside here for Bitcoin, considering we've broken the low and the trend is just continuously coming down here. And the target for that is probably 53 to 50. That's sort of the pocket that we're looking out for there for another pretty much long position. Do want to go into the volume weighted ATR bands here, just quickly here for Bitcoin, because you can see here as well, the 4 hour, the 12 hour, they are in a digressionary stance. We haven't even tapped the weekly or the daily yet. This really does make sense to me to bounce quite aggressively off these for a nice move to the upside. If we look back in history, it's actually, like if you just follow the green line, right? Back in previous runs, then we have seen, sorry, let's just line this up. Yeah, so the previous bull market here, as you can see, guys, it's very nice and progressive to the upside. But as we come down and we test that daily volume weighted ATR band, look at that bounce. It's just a ridiculous move to the upside. The first, second bounce, even the third bounce there, really strong there. So if we go to, let's jump to the weekly time frame. Again, we'll go to the previous run here, and we'll look at that next bounce. As you can see, this little green line here, guys, is the daily volume weighted ATR band. After seeing progression to the downside, super steep here, testing that daily, bang, another big move to the upside here. How much is that worth? 40% there, all right? So if we do see Bitcoin dump down, then it's very likely that we test the daily volume weighted ATR band, because throughout this whole run we haven't tested it yet. And if you look at the bull market barrier here, we've actually lost the bull market barrier, which is super bearish, guys. When we close weekly, daily candle body closes below this channel here, it basically signifies that we're going into a crypto winter, which isn't great. But 51.4 is definitely a point that we can actually be getting into a quite nice long here, guys, all right? And the reason why I think it's going to hold is because if you think about the institutional buying pressure at these levels, like forget about manipulation for a second, the institutional buying pressure at these levels from BlackRock, etc., they're just going to be accumulating the whole way down. So yeah, I do think there will be a nice little bounce here around 51K. But yeah, that is going to be it for Bitcoin. Hopefully it was a nice, helpful update today. And just to summarize the short term, what we're looking for here, it's pretty much a 1% move either way from 56.5, okay? Super easy. I do think it's a very clean trade for us to be getting involved with today. Nothing really to worry about there. No stress. It's all good. Keeping the emotions in check. We're all here to make money, so that's exactly what we're going to do. All right, so moving on to Altcoin Assessment today, guys. It's Altcoin Assessment. What this is, we go through some altcoins together. All right, so if you've got any altcoins, make sure you put them in the chat. But for now, I'm going to be reviewing the trades from the Patreon just to show you guys a bit of what the paid members are getting here. And yeah, just to show you the success rate, really. It's goddamn good, all right? So starting off on Solana, we had a Solana trade yesterday coming through. We actually pinpointed a nice 1% move here to the upside and also to the downside here. As you can see, we timed it pretty much goddamn perfectly. Really nice clean 1% move there. Got out there, took the profit, easy money gained, and then also shorting from the 55 down to the 200. Didn't get the full 1% there. It was roughly around a 0.75% move to the downside. So that was Solana. Moving on to AR. AR was one of the trades from yesterday as well. As you can see, AR was a super clean move to the upside again. 1.1%. Lovely little cheeky breakout scenario there. Easy money was made there. And the next one was, I had it on here, it was Gal. It was Gal. Okay, so yeah, we will do APTR, Mr. Dave, sir. Not a problem. And yeah, Gal was on the list for a paid trade as well, guys. And you can see we were banking on a nice 1% move down from losing the 7 SMA. The trade was described as a move to the 21, but we did actually put it as 1%. Super easy, super safe, and you can see play it out pretty perfectly. So yeah, 3 for 3 yesterday. Really good job. Good, nice stuff on there. So well done to the paid members who got involved with that, and that is on the Patreon, guys. If you do want to go check that out, and there is like budget-friendly options as well. So you can actually, it's like $10 a month or something. It's super cheap. And you get 3 trades a day. And you can make the $10 back in literally 1 trade. So yeah. And then obviously you do get your free Bitcoin trade every day, just for free members as well, guys. If you don't want to pay, that's absolutely fine. You just won't get access to the 3 free trades, the 3 paid trades a day, but you will get access to the free Bitcoin updates. If you want to go check that out, you can. And if you do want to pay, there's loads of other stuff. You get all the indicators as well, and yeah, you can just go check it out, guys. I'm not going to go into too much detail on this, but yeah, those were the trades from yesterday. We will be throwing some more in after this stream, but let's check out some altcoins together here, and let's break some down. So APTR. Oh yeah, we'll do Bybit. Don't remember this being on the watch list, so there probably won't be any TA on this. God, that was a nice little dip there as we open this. This is, as I said, I don't know the fundamentals behind this project. I'm going to be starting here on the daily just because that's the best thing to do, the macro. Because the macro TA is usually super strong. For example, we're seeing heavy resistance off this trend line. I mean, straight away, it's easy move to the 7 SMA, in my opinion, on the macro. Let's have a little look here, see what we're working with. Just gonna fire in a load of TA. Yeah, it doesn't really do anything doing that horizontally, so we're going to be doing it freehand, and that is going to be creating a falling wedge scenario. Falling wedges, they tend to usually break to the upside, so there is potentially a move to the upside here after this resistance has played out from this area. Resistance, I mean, it's not super strong from this area. I mean, it does obviously play out later on, but the initial is more of just a consolidation period between 20% there. So yeah, maybe you consolidate for a little bit here, maybe a little breakout scenario as well. Still obviously super early in this asset. It's quite a newbie. It's only been around here on Bybit for since March. Since May, and that is, I don't know if it's the first SEX listing that it's got. But the breakout scenario here is quite simple. We are having whale buy signals coming through as well on the 4-hour, which, I mean, it's kind of expected here when you're seeing your floor actually get broken. Usually see a bit of a buy-up scenario. Now you are trying to reclaim this floor, all right? The reclaiming the floor here. As I said, I don't really know anything about this coin. So, yeah, this could actually mean a nice little breakout scenario here. So what I would expect here is probably quite a bit of compression here, consolidation between this sort of zone, and then once you do clear more of the top side here. So we do need to actually get this in a bit more detail, whether this will be a copy and paste scenario and getting that top side trap zone here. As you can see, these wicks here, disgusting. So basically, we either want to be entering this, depends on what the percentages are, right? We either want to be entering this around this breakout area. Ideally, we probably want to see a breakout, and then we want to see us come up a bit, come down, consolidate, and then just wick, and then see that move. Basically, playing on the retest here is probably the safest option after seeing quite a significant move to the upside, but matched with bearish selling pressure as well, literally not too long ago, like, what, 6-7 days ago there. So, yeah, it's not the nicest trade in the world here, but if you are looking for a bit of hopium, a bit of bullish momentum here, then as I said, that retest of the floor would be lovely here from a consolidation standpoint, and then a nice move. If you break this area here, then you've got a clear measure move for 38% and a lot of money to be made on the way up there. Maybe it might be worth researching this project. As I said, I don't really know too much on it, but from a TA perspective, doesn't look too bad to trade. Doesn't look too bad to trade. I mean, setting new lows is not great. At launch, you're actually setting lows below launch, which is obviously bearish. Means probably team sell-offs, stuff like that is happening. But yeah, to trade it, if it's got good utility at this sort of level, not too bad. Again, super new as well. Can you check NRN? Yes, I can, Steve. I hope you're well, Steve, man. NRN. Try and sit the T, see what we're working with today. But it is a lot of shit coins today, guys. I mean early charts, that's what I really mean, not like memes, right? Yeah, consolidation is pretty strong here, I will say. I'm not going to be using that low, it's not really great. Yeah, consolidation pretty strong to the downside here. Very, very, very small micro downtrend here. You are breaking down here quite aggressively, but the selling pressure is not that prominent, all right? So nothing really to be worrying about there. I would expect a little bounce here. If we're looking at momentum, then because obviously see 40% there, pretty clean. Maybe you get something else, but again, can't really do that much TA on this. Like, this is the 4-hour chart, and yeah, we don't really have that much coming on here. I mean, it's super basic. We can't really get that much data here. Momentum super low on the 4-hour. Expected. We're trending down quite aggressively. It's super early in this coin's sort of journey. There could be a clean breakout here, maybe 14%. Just looking at very basic trend lines, very basic support and resistance points for this asset. What I would be looking for is to get over all major moving averages here, probably at around this 5-cent mark, and then basically rallying up here for around that 12%. That's sort of what I can see here. Just, I mean, as I said, we don't have that much data. Is there any other indicators we can throw in? No, we're not going to get the data from that. Maybe automatic fibs. No, I'm not going to get the data from that. Volume weighted MA Fibonacci, not going to get data from that. Auto forecast. This is an interesting one, guys. It basically predicts where it thinks the asset could go by weighing up the rest of the TA. It says upside from here after testing the 21. I probably would expect micro upside and then continuation to the downside, just referencing the current market conditions here for Bitcoin. It's very likely that this does follow suit. But if you do see the breakout, as I said, 12%, stagger your TPs throughout that, and you're likely to see some gains there. But yeah, moving on from NRN, let's move on to what is next. It's Ondo for Mark. I see on the screen there, Mark, Ondo. And here, Optimist. Welcome. Good morning. GM to you, my good sir. I hope you're having a good day. Here, Optimist is like an OG. Stops by like every time we stream, so yeah, to appreciate it. Gonna get off this forecast because it is very like, oh, it's gonna do that. It looks like it is gonna do that, but a lot of the time it doesn't, right? So we just gotta be prepared. Ondo, nice little trade there. Get rid of that. Let's weigh this up. I see oh god, what a yawn. Saw that. I train Muay Thai in the mornings before the stream. Obviously I live in Thailand, right? So yeah, knackers me out sometimes. So yeah, pretty tired today. But let's break this down. Okay, so obviously we've got a trend line coming down like that. Breakout scenario here from the falling wedge. Quite a clean move, guys. So well done to anyone who did get involved with that. That would have been a move of something along the lines of this. Nice measure move there. And 6.68% to the upside there. So nice job. Now, you're probably like, I don't want to know about then. I want to know about now. What's going on now, bro? Let's have a little look. All right, so that's going to be the prominent main trend line that we can be looking out for there. Going to get rid of that for now. Maybe we could be doing something else like so. Yeah, this would be the more favored scenario right now. And as you can see, falling parallel channel, they tend to usually break to the upside. So the next breakout scenarios that we can be playing off is going to be quite a long way away, guys, unfortunately. And we are currently trending down quite aggressively. I do want to check the macro on this. Interesting. Oh, that's not the wrong one. The macro on this is obviously bullish from this area, and this trend line is something that we have just tested here. You can actually see last time this did happen, we saw obviously bearish momentum to the downside, pump to the upside, testing it, pump to the upside, testing it, pump to the upside, testing it. So it was just like a continual testing scenario along this trend line here without any serious momentum to the upside here. And why is that relevant? Is clicking the wrong things. It's because we have seen a quite strong test and move to the upside. So what I would expect now, if we do see, if we do see candle close below the 7 SMA here, you can see we closed above it, nice big move to the upside. Now, if we close below it, it's very likely we come back down and test this trend, or at least this horizontal here at 92.6. That's very, very likely. Looking at this pocket in general, that is this area between these two orange lines. Let me highlight that for you. Looking at this pocket right here. That's the wrong thing again. Yeah, this little green pocket, we'll just leave it as it is. It's quite a strong zone for consolidation, as you can see, and obviously resistance. You can see consolidation, resistance, consolidation, resistance, heavy resistance, resistance, consolidation, and resistance, all right, after finally pumping through it. But what I'm saying here, guys, we're actually sat in that zone, so there could be a little bit of a consolidation along here, and potential wicks to the downside testing this area. It does match up with the previous early TA on this trend line as well. So yeah, nothing too crazy in terms of massive moves for this asset right now. You could play with it on the short-term time frame in this zone, and maybe get some mini breakouts and stuff like that. It probably will be quite tradable from a scalping perspective. Just looking at the macro, probably will bounce around a lot in a range. So that's probably what I would be looking for here, just to make money on this. If you're looking for like a more of a macro prediction, then we can be looking at the important macro market structure points for Ondo right now, or Ondo, however the hell you want to say it, is 55 cents. So you can actually swing down to 55 cents or 56 cents and still be in a bullish market structure, even if you get down there, right? So just be prepared. If you are holding this from a spot perspective, you can see downside a considerable amount, right? Considerable amount. Let's just weigh that up. You can actually see a retracement of 40% and still be in a bullish market structure. So if you are spot trading this from, then yeah, I would predict pretty big swings, especially if you lose this trend line, guys. If you lose this trend line, I probably would just end up shorting this asset. We could look at Fibonacci retracement areas, see if we can get the data from that. Automatics. Might need to jump down a couple of time frames here. Usually the 12-hour will probably give us something. Nothing at all. Thanks, TradingView. Damn it. Right, we'll just have to draw it ourselves, okay? Top to bottom, easy as hell, okay? Super easy. 0.236 is this area. What do you know? That's going to be a level of support for us to be looking out for there. Again, if we, as I was saying, if we do lose that, if we lose this this pocket that I was talking about, there is resistance in previous price action here to the downside, which can actually be quite aggressive. So basically, sell your house, sell your dog. Maybe said sell your wife. Shouldn't say that. You're basically going to there's going to be a nice move to the downside here, probably around 20% there. I wouldn't go for the full 22% there, but yeah, there's clearly 5, 10, 15% on the cards there in that range. So if we do lose that massive macro trend line there and the massive Fibonacci retracement, unconfirmed market structure, below major moving averages as well, it's going to be a really clean short position to the downside, I would say. Right, moving on. Let's move on to What is next? We've got ILV if you have time. Yes, sir. Let's get into it. And then we're going to get onto Shitcoin Showdown, right? ILV. Where is my bit? There she is. And shout out to Road Dog Crypto. I see you on the stream there, bro. Hope you're having a fantastic day, week, month. If you guys don't know about Road Dog Crypto, go check out his channel. Amazing trader, amazing streamer. And yeah, love his content. So yeah, go check him out if you haven't already. Moving on to ILV, a GameFi game. I haven't checked up on this game in a while. I would like to actually. Probably should write that down because I keep forgetting to do that. So yeah, I want to check up on ILV because this game is like meant to be one of the biggest things in the GameFi space for the next bull market. Well, next alt season. We're obviously in a bull market. But yeah, definitely one to watch. Definitely a DCA scenario. Remember this in the previous run. Did pretty well, but was still lagging because it didn't release anything, right? But yeah, let's break this down and see where we're at today. Ooh, it's not doing well at all. Not doing well at all. It's actually doing really, really bad. God damn. Yeah, so the floor for this right now is clearly down at around $38. Since obviously October, September, we saw a lot of altcoins just generally start to rally, losing key areas, lost key areas, lost key market structure macro levels here. Clearly, this is the macro market structure higher low here, but yeah, it's turmoil. It's really bad. Okay, and this is actually a good thing. Okay, it's actually a good thing if you're just discovering this coin because discovering this at such a low level. For it to be this reactive when other altcoins were reactive, yes, it's obviously dumped down now. Basically, an impatient GameFi community. That's essentially what's happened here. And usually this can happen when we are in like a micro alt season crypto winter scenario there. So yeah, this is actually a lovely buying opportunity for this asset, I would say. Obviously, trend is your friend, and right now the trend is down. So we could be looking at key trend reversal indicators or signals in the market, essentially, right? And usually what we do from that is we take, well, the first one is going to be the 0.5 Fibonacci. So that is going to be, damn, I got a meeting in 15 minutes. That is not good. I better speed this thing up. So yeah, so 0.5 Fibonacci retracement usually means the confirmation of the trend here, the confirmation of the reversal of the trend, and that is going to be around 89 there. And you can see, let's just draw in some market structure points. This is obviously the high here, and then we've got dump to the downside. This is the pullback. This is the pullback here, and you can see we break that high. So this would be the lower high confirmed, coming down again, pullback, breaking this low again. This will be the confirmed again lower high, and from there you can see just pulling back. This would be again the the confirmed lower high. So what we're sort of looking for here as a point of reversal here right now, it would actually be to break this area. If we can break 69.9 to the upside there, then it will actually look really, really strong from a general market structure perspective. And you can see how market structure lines up with other TA and previous market structure points. So that's why it's super important to learn about lower highs and higher lows, higher highs, lower lows, and just general macro market structure, because these points are really, really reactive compared to just the standard support and resistance, guys. For you newer traders out there, you can see standard support and resistance here, super, super strong here. And actually that does line up with that pullback zone. So if we do get above that, one, it's the confirmation of the reversal of the trend. Two, it's a massive level of support in previous market structure as well. So yeah, that's going to be the point to be looking out for there. And it does look like we will clear the 55 with that as well. So there will actually be super clean trade for probably around 10% to the upside here when we do see that. But until that point, I would be bearish, right? I would just be looking for lower prices. And I mean, this is, the lower this goes, the more that we should buy, really, because this is it's got utility. It's a great coin just in general, right? But yeah, let's move on to Shitcoin Showdown, right? See if there's any nice shitcoin investments today. And I didn't do the key. Is that the key? Did I do the right one? Nope, that was the wrong one. God damn. My camera's really out today as well. What's happening? Move it over a little bit. There we go, that'll do. Shitcoin Showdown. Right, this is basically where we review some shitcoins on Dex Screener, and we break some down and look for some potential investments here. And I see Lumberjack saying, last time you said you review Turbo, but you never did. I came back and replayed the stream, but there was no Turbo. I felt violated. Apologies, Mr. Lumberjack, sir. And I'll make it up to you, right? I do have a meeting in 14 minutes, so I do have to speed this thing up. But what I will do, I will review Turbo for you very, very quickly. But yeah, guys, if you've got any shit coins, please put them in the chat. We did call Landlord at around, was it 2 mil, 4 mil? I can't remember now. But yeah, we called Landlord, I think towards the end of last week, and we saw a really, really nice spike up in the price and made a nice bit of money there from Landlord. We also called Billy, which is now at 100 mil market cap, plus 170 mil, I think. We called that at 2 mil, ridiculous, on the stream. It's down actually 31% today. Yeah, it's just lost 100 mil, interesting stuff. And, God, that is tanking right now. That's tanking, right? So yeah, this is actually quite a nice buying scenario here. Don't know if you can leverage trade this, but definitely might be one to be looking out for. If you can leverage trade this, 100x your house. Joking, don't do that. Is a joke, just to clarify, that is a joke. Don't do that. But yeah, this is a really clean buying scenario, guys. This has actually got a lot of support. Just overall, it's a contender to whiff. It's already been at 200 mil market cap. Usually when you see those high prices, we're probably looking for a really clean bounce back here. So that would be the shitcoin. Let's look at the top shitcoins for the day, and then I will jump to Turbo for Mr. Lumberjack, sir. Right, mob. Okay, gang in the hood. Let's go. It's called Money Over Bitches. Of course it is. Brilliant. Market cap currently 5 mil. Bullish trend looking good. No website. It's a degen play, right? It's got no website. So yeah, I'm not really a fan of stuff with no website. I like to see time spent on the project and a few other things that we weigh up. If you are new to Shitcoin Showdown, guys, these are the things that we weigh up. Bullish chart, active devs, content strategy, visible marketing budget, team sell-offs at a minimum, high liquidity locked or burn, trending on Dex tools or trending on Sol Trending, or any other trending platform really. And community, we want to be raiding like crazy and in the trenches, if you will. And also, as I said, the amount of time spent on the project. So for me, weighing that up usually is a website. So no website, it's a no-go for me. Right, Bat Dog. Right. Bat Dog, an hour old, no website, 19 mil market cap. So this is not great. So yeah, just gonna go off that. Fucking Bat Dog, man. Right, rent. Let's have a look at that. Rent is tied to Landlord. Same sort of concept. Does have a website here. Let's check that out quickly. Website was created 5 days ago. Actually, doesn't look bad actually. Yeah, they've spent a bit of time here on this, so it does look pretty good. But I would say big buts here, and I know I'm a stick for it, but the chart doesn't look great right now. So ideally what we want to see is a floor get formed, and you are kind of seeing this floor here, but you haven't tested this multiple times, right? You want to test the floor multiple times for it to be officially formed here. And once we test this a couple of times, then basically if the chart is holding and everything else looks good, there can be a really nice buying scenario here for these sort of newer altcoins. So yeah, rent not looking too bad. Probably going to look at the in-depth blockchain side of things to understand how the supply was distributed at the start, because you can do that and see who's holding what, and whether team wallets are selling and stuff like that, because this right here does look pretty booky, pretty suspicious here, and a lot of bearish engulfing candles on the way down as well. So yeah, a couple of red flags there. And you guys know I don't really favor a CTO here. Pop Dog. This is the floor for Pop Dog right now. We are actually testing this floor, which is interesting. Probably would be worth looking into this and looking at the community and looking at the sort of content strategy to see whether they're keeping up with it and whether it's going to be something that will continue here. But yeah, PopDog is looking pretty rough. Next one is called Bro. Come on, bro. This T is just like God mode. Bro looking good from a charting perspective. You see a lot of wicks to the downside, a lot of buying up scenarios there. But unfortunately, no goddamn website. Bye-bye. Next one is Birdie. Bird. Total absolute rug. Shit show. Shitcoin. Not going to touch it. Get away from me. FOMO is the next one. FOMO CTO. First red flag. No. I'm out. Not about it. No website. Good night. Next coin is Yippee. Yippee-ki-yay. Right. Don't know what that means. Just from a film, right? 229k market cap. Yippee token. It has got a website. It has seen a substantial low here from launch here. How old is this thing? It's 3 hours. Like a pretty swift recovery for 3 hours. Usually when you do see a low like this get put in, guys, usually the project is dead. But it has seen some sort of recovery, so maybe there's a marketing budget, a cooling budget behind it there. 4 days ago, this website was created. This is Yippee, the unofficial mascot of... Right. Okay, when Yippee, to be honest, creature was created with the traces back to an online community. Okay. I mean, they spent a lot of time on this thing, right? Does look like it. But, yeah, maybe some more research here is needed for Yippee. I'm not going to slate it too much because the chart is actually recovering quite nicely for a 3-hour-old play. And 226k market cap, there is gains to be made there. Liquidity is looking good as well, over 10%. All right, 7 minutes. Buddy is the next one. Yeah, yeah, I'm just counting down, bro. Yeah, so this is taking a bit of a pullback as well. 2.7 mil market cap. They've got a website. It's a CTO, community takeover project. Not a fan of community takeovers. Usually they run out of budget and go bust. Chart doesn't look bad. Definitely need to look into it more. But yeah, nothing's really catching my eye today, guys, unfortunately. Usually, you know, we go for quite a solid play here. We don't go for like super shit coins. Obviously, it will be a shit coin, but not like a super shit coin that's likely to rug. And as I said, we go through the checklist that we've been talking about on the stream. But yeah, just gonna close Shitcoin Showdown today and move on from that. We will be putting, I will look for a call today at some point for these projects or new projects. And make sure you go to the New Money Network call group. The link is in the description, and you basically get the information about these calls, and you can do your own research and stuff on them. Again, completely free on Telegram, guys, if you want to go check that out. Now, moving on to trading tip of the day, okay? Trading tip of the day, gonna smash through this one today, guys. It is keeping a trading journal. If you're new to trading and you're serious about it, then you shouldn't be trading 10, 15, 20 times a day. You shouldn't just be placing trades willy-nilly left, right, and center. What you should be doing is keeping a trading journal, right? You should be doing your TA, placing your trade, writing that trade in the journal, and then writing like a little description about how that trade went, whether you won, whether you lost, what did you look for, what were your confluences. Dissect your position from an analytical perspective. Yes, we look at data every day with these charts, right? But there is data as to why you took that position. From an emotional standpoint, why did you close that position? There's many different factors here that come into a successful trade and a successful trading strategy. So if you can basically dissect that through keeping a trading journal, it's super, super valuable, right? So if you lose a trade, make sure you're dissecting as to why you lost that trade. Why did you close the trade early? Many, many factors here. Talking about keeping journals, guys, time optimization. If you're bad at time, or your screen time on your phone is way too much, and you actually want to commit to trading, keep a journal. Schedule out your whole day, 30 minute by 30 minute. If you're ticking things off every single, like twice every hour, then it's dopamine in your head. You're tricking your brain into time optimization, keeping a journal of your day, right? But again, document your trades, track your performance, and learn your mistakes. That is going to be your trading tip of the day to take away with you. Keep a trading journal, or keep a journal just to track your time and your optimization and all that good stuff there as well. There's a lot more I could say about that, because I'm very, very strict on self-discipline here in terms of time optimization and being really strict with everything. Because if you want to actually learn something, you can't be wasting time watching Netflix and scrolling on social media and all that shit, right? So yeah, just I'm going to go into too much detail, but yeah, that would be the trading advice for the day. Do with it what you will, but yeah, that is going to be it from me, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I will be back here Monday morning, or Monday at noon, UTC +7 if you want to tune in. Again, guys, free trades coming through on the Patreon here. If you do want to go check it out, if it's going to work here. Here we go. If you do want to go check it out, we've got paid trades as well coming through, which will be at 3 out of 3 yesterday, and also a daily free Bitcoin trade as well, guys. So if you don't want to pay, absolutely fine. Just go there, sign up for free. It's free, and you'll get a daily Bitcoin trade from myself, all right? That's going to be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching.